Good afternoon, all. It's my pleasure to have us all here, the maiden edition of Talk Talk Niger podcast series. And it's been wonderful that we have great personalities in the studio with us. Um, I will give them the liberty of having to introduce themselves. Okay, starting with you, gentlemen.
My name is Chituga Chinda. I'm a legal practitioner and a general observer of life.
Okay, my name is Ezekiel Uduak, a serving corper here in Varsity Port Harcourt.
My name is Grace Aaron and I am an entrepreneur.
Wow, it seems I just have a lot of amazing persons to have a conversation with today. And I have no doubt this conversation will be exciting, insightful, and even entertaining because you sure get to hear one or two things that will make you laugh. We are here today because Talk Talk Niger made it possible that we should sit and have an interesting discussion on burning issues in the society. But then, for the benefit of our viewers, they may want to know what is Talk Talk Niger all about. Talk Talk Niger is a media brand and it is saddled with the responsibility of taking entertainment, fun, buzz, thrills. It's a media brand that is saddled with the responsibility to help our followers see beyond entertainment, get news as it happens, international updates, celebrity gossip, sports analysis by experts. So we are just saddled with that responsibility to carve a niche for ourselves in the media world. And with the coming days and even the coming months, our blog site, talktalkniger.com, will certainly become the alternate Google. Whatever it is you want to search, go there. Hardly will you click when you get the information you need. That is how far we want to take Talk Talk Niger. And so, in the spirit of moving us to the next level, we are here for this maiden edition of our podcast series. And we've itemized interesting topics to discuss for today. The first is, what will you do if your spouse refuses to make you next of kin? Should a wife split bills with her husband? Is DNA test necessary for a couple to do after childbirth? And you notice that these are burning issues that become very sensational online from time to time. So starting with the first one, what will you do if your spouse refuses to make you next of kin? Before I solicit your response, I would like to share my own thoughts with us all. Someone will argue, does that mean my spouse does not trust me? So why go for a DNA test? And then on the other hand, the husband will say, if you are free, if you are without any suspicion, then why become apprehensive that I'm going for a DNA test? So, for me, I think it requires some level of trust for a spouse to make the other next of kin. And it also requires some level of distrust for a spouse to choose not to make the other spouse next of kin. But then, I don't think it should be a matter that should be allowed to cause much issue in the family. Everyone has their own point of view in life, and so if they both could come together and talk about it, maybe why have you not chosen me to be your next of kin? I think that will solve the problem. But where that does not happen, then a lot of things is left for assumption, and that would cause trouble. That is my own point of view. So much of what we are going to discuss will be rather subjective than objective. So let's get started with the first one. What will you do if your spouse refuses to make you next of kin? Please, what are your thoughts?
Well, I will do nothing if I found out that my spouse hasn't made me next of kin for two reasons. The first reason being that I would not know, because those are usually a matter of privacy between my spouse or the individual in question and the financial institution. It might be an emotional issue, a trust issue, as you rightly mentioned. So why did you not list me as the next of kin? But then again, how would you know? Because usually this happens in the bank, and whatever happens with you and your bankers stays private between you and your bankers, especially unless on your demise. And even after your demise, the next of kin does not survive the account. He's not entitled to survive the account. The next of kin is merely a contact to be reached out in the absence of the other person. So, in the absence of a will, you have to go through probate obtain a letter of administration to access funds in that account, whether or not you are the next of kin, provided you are qualified as a blood relative. You are qualified, then you will be the one to go through probate to get it. I don't believe it is a major issue, and I will not waste too much time on it.
Okay. Gracious, your thoughts?
Yes. To me, I'll say that it's a personal discretion. Actually, it's cool if your partner make you the next of kin. But to me, I'll say it's a personal discretion. If you want it, you aim it. So if he doesn't, it's not something you fight over. You don't fight over it, no, you don't. You aim his trust, everything that will prove that you're a loyal and a worthy wife, so that he can make you the next of kin. But if he doesn't, a woman, you make your money, invest, do all things, not basically depending on whether your husband makes you the next of kin. But I know, for him to marry you, he knows what to do. You will not force him to make it the next of kin. No, you will not force him. As time goes by, if he sees that yes, you want it, then allow him to do his way.
How do you know that your spouse was supposed to make you the next of kin? To me, a woman is supposed to work, get your money, do your own things. It's something that you aim. Once you gain your husband's trust, I believe as a couple, once you gain that trust between you and your husband, then your husband, you don't need to tell him what to do. With time goes on, he'll see that, okay, my wife is worthy of this thing. He can make it the next of kin, or his first son, or maybe his children thereabouts. Or some, they'll also leave it maybe at the end of when he might have gone. Then the lawyer might be able to read the will and tell you, okay, you know that, okay, my husband left this for me. So it's a personal discretion. It's not big that you must put it as a mandatory on your husband that I must be the next of kin. I don't think, to me, you work for your money as a woman, you work for your money, you get it, or you get your own thing. No, this is between both of you. You can talk about it. Okay, Jen. So I think that's
and actually your comments just made me remember some comments I read on this issue. Someone said it's not worth fighting for. A husband mentioned, I won't mind. The other said, I'll start investing in myself and children.
Yes, now that's true. You invest, you get your money, you invest on yourself. It doesn't mean that my husband will make me the next of him because he has landed property, companies, and all of this. Fine. If he sees that you want it, you aim his trust, you aim him like he believes that this is my supportive wife. Why can't he make you the next of him? So that's just it.
All right. And then, lastly, on the comments from someone, he said, the question should also be asked, do I or do I not deserve to be his or her next of kin? So I do not know, is there any parameter with which we measure a person's qualification to be next of kin? I don't know if the barrister could throw a little light on that.
Usually it's, as I mentioned earlier, it's your contact address. As per who claims whatever, like next of kin for an insurance policy or your bank accounts, usually it has to do with finances, okay? There are people that the bank or the institution can reach out to in your absence. But frankly speaking, when it comes to survivorship, succeeding what is left in that account, if you are not a joint owner of that account, you don't survive the account. If you're a joint holder of that account, then automatically you become the primary holder of the account. You survive the person. In the absence of that, either a will or a letter of administration will suffice. Next of kin, not really.
Alright. Gracious, I think we should also get your thoughts on this.
Well, I think that there is so much lack of trust in unions today, marriages, relationships. So it tells a lot about the health of the relationship and the marriage. The fact that your partner does not want to put you as the next of kin, it tells a lot about. Means that the person does not trust you. And that's very disheartening to me. But like we've said, I don't think it's something you should kill yourself over. For my partner not to make me the next of kin, it means that he suspects that I do not deserve to be his next of kin. It means that he's suspecting something. It means that he doesn't trust me to handle his finances properly. So it's disheartening to see, But then I don't think it's something you should kill yourself over or fight over.
Alright. Thank you. And I think we've done justice to that topic.
Yes.
Alright. So, in conclusion, it shouldn't be much of an issue. The spouses involved could come together and talk about it and see the way forward for them. Alright.